What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about OnyxCoin today, XCN USD. Hit that like button, my friends. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. Bears, you will be sourly missed. We miss you. We miss you already. I miss you, baby. We really do miss you. And I'm sure that there's some who will still talk smack right now. Oh, this is just like any of those other pumps. Yeah, sure. It looks just like any of these other pumps, right? It looks just like any of these pumps that we've seen. No. You know what this looks like? You know what this is reminiscent of? You know what this is reminiscent of. Oh, look at that. We're getting overbought. You know what this is reminiscent of. Yeah, we're going places. Now, I told you guys if and when, and it shouldn't have ever been an if, it was when we break above 1.7 cents, that we will see immediate growth, spectacular growth. But the thing is, a wick is not the same thing as a break. We need to break. To break above this area, we need to close above this area. 7 hours, 10 minutes left in the day. We'll see if we can do that. First off, let's check how the volume's doing. Because if I'm right, I like to think I'm right more than I am sometimes, right? But if I'm right, we should have exceptional volume right now. Because we haven't had it on any of the moves down, any of these boring times. But on the moves up, we do. Oh, would you look at that? 15%. It's almost as if the only time there's interest in this coin is whenever it's pumping. There was no interest in it whenever it was dumping. Nobody was selling. You know, back here during this long downtrend, we maintained like 8% volume or more. Even on the downside. Here, it was less than 4%. Nothing. But on these moves up, that's the only time it got above 10%, which is desirable. Any time that you're at like 6% or more, really, it's desirable volume. But 8%, I think 8% or more is really, like for me, that's what I like to see. So, but 15%, cool. That's what we're at right now. Cool. $583 million market cap. We're coming for you, $5 billion market cap. We're coming for you, $10 billion market cap. It's happening. Oh, yeah, it's happening. It's going to happen in a very short amount of time, my friends. We need to break above here. I think we're going to do that today. But even if we don't get your feelings hurt, right? It's about to be the weekend. It is Friday. We could reject here and come back down, be a little volatile, and then move up, right? That happens. It's okay. It's really not a big deal. Don't be sad. Get glad. It's a good time to buy more if we do go down. As I'm talking about it going down. It just keeps going up. So keep doing your thing, OnyxCoin. You know you want to. Let's see here. If we're looking at it on the, should we do the 15-minute time frame? Let's do the 1 hour. I don't think we need the 15-minute. Yeah, 1 hour volume looks great. That's a lot of volume at the peak there. Could be a relative topping point. I think it is. I think it is a relative topping point, just like relative high, because that's a lot of volume, and we're pretty hot on the RSI. Could we go higher? Sure, we could. I would love to see that, but just understand we're pretty damn hot. You look at this 1 hour time frame. Okay, you've got higher lows like this coming through. You've got higher highs like this coming through. I'm not drawing it the best. If I could just shave this line down a little bit, you'll see, right? But something like that. We're at the upper point. So it might make sense that we come back down to the lower point. Still in a bullish posturing, but coming up, and then we'll probably move sideways and chill over the weekend, right? Chill a little bit over the weekend, and then going into Monday, we should start to rip and run, right? Uptrends turn into sideways trends in the RSI, turn into downtrends, and then by that time it'll be Monday, it'll be next week, we'll have consolidated. That consolidation in the RSI does not equal a drop like this. That's not what it equals. It'll probably be consolidation around here. We'll probably pull back to like 1.5 cents or something like that, and then continue to rip and run. Next week is really going to be the week that we do this stuff, you guys. But time will tell. That's my assumption as of now. What would it take to invalidate that? Close above 1.7 cents today. Do that. Close above 1.7 cents today, and I think this weekend's actually going to be anything but consolidationary. I don't know what word would be. One of those. Has to be one of those, right? 4 hour time frame. At the 90? Holy hell. At the that's a hot reading there, guys. Very hot reading. We haven't been this overbought in the RSI since, you guessed it. Right? Again, this move is not the same as any of these moves that we've seen. It's most comparable to this move, actually, as of now. But it probably won't. I don't expect it to perform necessarily the exact same. I think that we will consolidate a little bit more first, and then we'll rip and run. But that's okay. Looking at this overall, from a high here to a low here, at the 0.5, tipped it for resistance. I've seen a lot of cryptos go from their 0.5 to their 236, and then they rally. So right there, right at 1.5 cents might be where we go. It's also pretty common to consolidate in this area between the 0.5 and the 382. We absolutely can consolidate in this area going into next week and cool off our 4 hour and cool off our 1 hour time frame. We don't have to see a drop. I wouldn't be upset at all if we consolidated between 1.67 cents and 1.84 cents. That's fine. But I just have suspicions that we won't pump over the weekend. I hope I'm wrong. I hope that we're here tomorrow and the next day just celebrating, popping champagne. I'll pop some champagne with y'all. We'll go live. We'll do the whole shebang, man. I haven't been able to. I've wanted to go live, guys. I've wanted to go live with Bitcoin and with some other cryptos popping off. I really have, but I haven't had time. I've been working. I've been working a lot on this crypto stuff, and well, you know, so sometimes you just got to put your nose down and do work. If you've noticed, my videos have been a little bit less intensive lately. That's probably why, but it's been a good week, my friends. It's been a good week. Let's just leave it at that. Daily time frame here. We close here or higher. This is also part of why I think it'd be bullish to close at 1.7 cents or more. If we can do that, we're getting overbought in the daily RSI. I will say that in itself makes me think that we won't close here or higher today, because if we were, that would, if we're getting overbought in the daily RSI, look at what happened the last 2 times, right? Look at, are we going to move up over the weekend? Is that what's going to happen? Should I just call it? See, the charts are telling me one of 2 things. One, we're either going to move up over the weekend, or 2, we're not going to close here. We're going to come down by the end of the day, right? One of 2 things. My superstitions tell me we're not going to move up over the weekend, but to hell with that, right? Maybe we do. I mean, that was a Friday. No, I mean, Saturday we did not move up here. This was a Thursday, Friday. Saturday we moved up. Sunday was the top, actually. I mean, we can move up over the weekend. It's happened before. It has happened before, but I'm just saying it's not the probable outcome. But if we move up over the weekend, that's great. I'm not going to be upset. The only people that are going to be upset are the people who sold, honestly. The haters won't be upset. That's the thing. They're so loud, right? The people who are euphoric, they get upset, obviously, because they're invested. But the people who are hating on this thing, they're not invested. They don't care. When it goes up, you know what they say? They say, you got lucky. That's the only way that they can validate that people like us were right and that people like them were wrong. That's the only way they can validate it, and that's why they will probably never make money. If you've got an opportunity like OnyxCoin in your face, you got someone like me making 2 videos a day in your face telling you how glorious this thing is and what it's going to do. And we've gone over all the fundamentals. I don't like to talk about fundamentals, but we did that too several times. If you're not impressed, I don't know what to tell you. I just don't know what to tell you. This is not impressive. I'm not impressed with this. This is not what I mean. I just mean with the fundamentals, with everything that's going on. They've been pushing a lot of stuff recently, and they do work. They do their work in the dark, and then they let loose that information whenever it happens. There's a lot of stuff going on with the DAO. I'm impressed with the XCN Onyx DAO chain. I'm impressed with all of it. I think our money's in the right place with the right people, honestly. Even if we don't know who these people are, we don't know who Satoshi is. You know, it doesn't. There's plenty of crypto projects that don't have that, and they're still legitimate projects. Who is it? Is it HBAR or is it? There's some prominent crypto. I'm drawing a blank right now, where one of the founders or creators or people who's involved, one of like the associates or associations, they're like anonymous, but I forget. Anyways, 8.2 cents is the immediate target to consider. Yes, 8.2 cents. That's where we're going to go. Probably by the end of this month, if not higher, right? Afterwards, we're going to see targets that are all the way up at, why has it changed? Isn't that strange? It's always been, okay, okay, well, it just said, it's, okay, so I must have had it, I put it on the 4-hour time frame. Okay, 26 to 32.8 cents, okay? That's where we're going to go. That's the target area. From the current price, even after a 17% pump, my friends, that is still a 15 to 19x. All you gotta do is hold. All you gotta do is buy and hold, and you get a 15 to a 19x. You better stop me from buying more right now, man. I'll buy the top. I'll Michael Saylor this SOB. I'll buy the top every single day. But probably not for this one, right? Because it can pull back a lot, right? And it can be boring for a while. It's best to buy. If you're gonna buy the top on any coin, probably best to buy Bitcoin or Bitcoin Cash. With that, honestly, 4-hour time frame is magnificent. Daily time frame is magnificent. We love to see it, man. Weekly time frame, we're gearing up for glory. What are we going to do? We're going to get to the overbought zone. When are we going to do it? We're going to do it this month. And what's going to happen as a result of that? Well, as I just said, riches and glory, my friends. That's what happened last time. That's what happened the time before, and the time before. It's only up for weeks, if not over a month to come. I'm sure there will be volatility. It looks like a straight line when you zoom out, but if you're on the 4-hour time frame, there were 50% drops amidst this, right? So don't get shaken out. Here's an important thing. I'm gonna look you right in the eye, and don't mind my red eye, man. I've got a red eye right here. I don't know. Can you see it? Like that is bad, man. I've been looking at the screens for way too freaking long. It'll do that. Lack of sleep, but it pays off, man. If you got to do work, you got to do work, you know. But Don't you dare sell your OnyxCoin until it's at 26 to 32 cents. Don't you dare do it. This is not financial advice, but damn it, you have not spent all this time holding OnyxCoin, buying it to mess this up at the wrong moment. If it gets to 8 cents and then it drops all the way back down to 5 cents, you better not panic sell. You better look at that as an opportunity to buy. If it goes to 15 cents and it drops all the way back down to 8 cents, you better not panic sell. You better look at that as an opportunity to buy. If it's more intense than that and it's actually bad, okay, we'll go from there. But it's probably not going to happen. We are likely not stopping until August. So whatever comes your way, whatever shake comes your way, take it. Seize the opportunity. You don't have cash to put into it? Hold. Not a big deal. Dips are for buying. They're certainly not for selling. Understand that, okay? You've got a winner. You've got a winner. I consider myself to be a good trader. I know the haters think that I'm not a good trader, but guys, I'm telling you, I don't talk about my money. I never talk about numbers, but I don't need to. Okay, I think that's kind of just lame. And not no offense to the people that do. Some people, I know. So people like to talk about their success and stuff, and that's great. That's great. It's just not my style. It's just not how I am. But just trust me, I'm definitely not a bad trader. Okay. Just trust me on this. And even with that being said, I'm not trying to say it to brag about myself. I'm saying that because I'm not trading this at all. I'm not. I'm going to sell when we're at 26 to 32 cents. Am I selling all of it? No. Because what if it keeps going up? I'm going to sell a little bit, take some profits, go on vacation or something, reallocate, have some on the side so that whenever it does drop back down, I can buy more. And if it takes off without me and I've sold like half my bag, or 20% of my bag, or 80% of my bag, you never know, but one of those numbers probably, right? Whenever I sell my bag at 26 to 32 cents, if it keeps going up to 40 to 50 cents, I'll just sell more up there. And then if it comes back to 26 to 32, I'll just reallocate all of it back in there. You know what I mean? Like it's not a big deal. It likely will, even if you mistime the high. Like let's say you're like me and you think it's going to go to 26 to 32 cents, but maybe you sell at 20 cents. If you mistime the high and it goes up to 40 cents, it'll probably come back. It'll probably come back to where you sold and even below that. So just there's no need to chase. There's two parts of this, right? Don't mess it up on the way up and don't mess it up on the way down, okay? There's no need to sell and get cute. We had our times to get cute and accumulate. You had everything you needed. Let OnyxCoin do the work for you. They're doing the work. The Dow's doing the work. Chain is doing. They're doing the work. Now reap the rewards. You hold. You hold, you hold, you hold. When it shakes you out, you hold. You don't get shaken out. You diamond hands that shenanigans. There's a reason why diamond hands is a meme in this space. It's a thing that people talk about. You are not going to make money. Some people can make money trading, okay? It's easier to just sit on your hands, okay? And take it from somebody who can make money trading or who can make money sitting on his hands. I feel accomplished whenever I'm trading and I'm making money. I feel accomplished, absolutely. It feels like work, but it sucks. I think it sucks. Whenever I'm going to sleep, I'm not even thinking about it. I just have money sitting there and it's growing day after day, week after week. That's the best. That's absolutely the best. And we have that here with OnyxCoin. So don't you dare mess it up by trying to get cute, okay? Just hold. We're starting. You guys, we have this massive accumulative phase. We're going there. We're going all the way up. Nothing can stop us, all right? Hit the like button, subscribe. Put on your party hats, people. Whew, it's going to be good. All right, take care. Bye-bye.